Hello. I'm gonna try again, so we'll see how this works. I decided to do If You Need to Keep Time on Me by the Fleet Foxes. They're a folk band, real interesting. So I'll start now. Just play the first few measures for you. So that's how the song goes, basically. The chorus repeats a bunch of times, especially that line, just over and over. But if you notice something in this chart, I have there's always like a but or an if, but the word need is always on a strong beat. So that's pretty interesting, even though like the chorus starts kind of offbeat. Need is always right on the beat. So we'll keep going. I also wanted to mention that the verses are like that too. Like it's like I put one because there's like it's not even like a full beat. It's like you could say, I guess, an eighth note if like a beat was the quarter note. But gives you a quick beat and then the singer comes in. So that kind of throws you off while listening. I'm gonna skip to this minor chorus in its transition, and I have the golden section here, which is completely different sounding than the other verses, and it's just a different vibe. So we'll hear that now. When I need to, I'll keep time on you. Wide oceans roar, a frightened fool stokes heedless fire. But if you need to. So the transition and the golden section, like the different verse, came in like on time. Like hypermeter was easy to follow with that part. But now towards the end of this piece, it gets a little wacky. Starting here, I mean, it does the same thing where it doesn't exactly come in on the second beat, but it's just like the other verses. And then here is weird too, because it starts on a weak beat again, and it ends with like this, I guess it's a piano. It sounds like up in the higher register, very like spirity. You heard some of it in the golden section, but it comes back again as the chorus stops in the vocals and goes, the melody is in like the instruments and the guitar. So I'll play a little of that now too. If you need to keep time on me, how could it all fall in one day? Were we too short of the sun? If you need to continues for a couple more measures, but you get the gist. I think it's really interesting that the artist is showing like some rhythmic shifts, kind of throwing off the listener every once in a while. It was hard to do hypermeter for this at first. I had to like count like 4/4 to keep myself, on time. I really quick wanted to say like two things. One, I think it's interesting because the lyrics are quite simple and like this melody keeps repeating itself. So I think it's smart that they kept with such simple but almost haunting lyrics with such a interesting melody, and especially during that golden section part where they start with that like spirity feeling like I said before. So very cool of them to bring on the musicality of their piece. I also wanted to tell you, because it's pretty cool, this band, they started, in 2006, and they did a couple songs, and I looked at them for like the old ones for this project, and a lot of them didn't work. And then I found this song and I was like, oh, like this is great. I think it works. And it's funny because their older pieces are just so simple. And I found out he went to college for music and then made this song. Like they released it on these albums, or at least this album, Crack Up, which I think is so funny that like this it fits for this project because he went back to school and like discovered hypermeter and discovered all these like rhythmic changes that he could do now instead of all these simple chord progressions. So that was pretty neat. Hopefully this worked. But thanks for listening, I guess. Have a good weekend.